Today I'd like to share with you a makeup tutorial. The makeup that I have on today is what I wore for my birthday, and I'm basically going to share with you guys how I change this whole makeup from daytime to a nighttime appropriate look without taking any makeup off. The palette that I use for my eyes is the Smashbox On The Rocks palette, which I think is perfect for this holiday season. And what I used on my cheek is the Cheeky Sweet Spot palette from Benefit. So if you're interested in seeing my birthday makeup tutorial, then stay tuned. Alright guys, let's get started with this daytime look. I'm going to first grab my fluffy brush and dip it into this light brown shadow, and I'm going to apply it onto my crease area as a transition shade. I'm going to dip my pointy fluffy brush onto this darker brown shadow. I'm going to concentrate that right into the crease area just to deepen up the crease. And I'm going to blend that all the way through in windshield wiper motion. Moving on to the lids, I'm going to dip my flat shaded brush onto this golden shade. I'm going to apply that all over my lids. And this is just going to brighten up the lid just a tad bit. I'm going to dip my blending brush onto this darker purple shade. I'm going to apply that onto the very outer corner of the eye, or the outer 2/3 of the eye, and I'm going to blend that through right onto the crease that I had just created, just to create this gradient effect. Again, wiping this back and forth onto that crease just to create the gradient effect, and then also onto the outer 2/3 of the eye. I'm going to take my blending brush and dip it onto the lighter purple shade. I'm going to concentrate that between the lighter shade of my lid and the darker shade just to create the gradient effect. I'm going to take my pencil brush and dip it into that same transition shade. I'm going to apply that onto the bottom lash line, and this is going to help diffuse any color that I'm going to apply later. I'm going to grab that same blending brush and dip it onto the lighter purple shadow and the darker purple shadow that we used earlier, and diffuse that through the bottom lash line. Next, I'm grabbing the small flat shaded brush and dip into the highlighter shade. I'm going to apply it onto the very inner corner of the eye. Dipping this flat fluffy brush onto the cream shade, I'm going to apply that onto my brow bone as a highlight. Next, I'm taking this gold eyeliner and I'm going to apply that onto my waterline. And I'm using the gold liner just to give it a different color. Then I'm going to grab my mascara and I'm going to apply that to my top and bottom lashes just to give them some volume and length. Now moving on to the face, I'm going to take my contour brush and dip it onto the Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to apply that right below my cheekbones as a contour. I'm going to take that contour onto my forehead and my jawline as well. Now I'm grabbing the smaller, more precise contour brush and dipping into the same bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose, and then the bottom of my nose as well as the bottom of my lip to make them appear fuller. Now taking my blush brush, I'm going to dip it onto dandelion and I'm going to apply that onto my cheeks. Taking my highlighter brush, you'll never guess, but I'm going to dip it into the highlighter shade of the Hourglass palette, and I'll apply that onto the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, on my chin, as well as my cheekbone. I really love using this highlighter as it gives more of a subtle highlight rather than a strong one. Then I've already applied this YSL lip balm onto my lips. I believe the shade is number 12. And I forgot to film the outro for this final look. I'm sorry about that. And now moving on to the nighttime look. I'm going to grab a flat synthetic brush and wet it with the MAC Fix Plus and dip it into this pigment, and I'm going to apply that onto my lids. And as you can see, I'm just patting the pigment onto the inner 2/3 of my lids. And here I'm applying a second layer just to give it that extra shine. I'm going to take this light purple shade and I'm going to blend that through between the pigment and the darker shade that I had on earlier. And I'm also going to concentrate that onto the very outer corner and blend that through the crease as well. Taking that same blending brush, I'm going to dip it into this darker purple shade. I'm going to concentrate that onto the very outer corners of the eye, and I'm also going to blend that through the crease just so it looks more gradient and not too harsh. And here I am blending everything some more. And I'm going to go back to that flat shader brush with no additional product just to blend everything seamlessly. Then grabbing a smaller flat shader brush, I'm going to dip it into that highlighter shade and I'm going to highlight the inner corner. Then I'm going to grab this glitter eyeliner by Urban Decay and I'm going to apply that onto the very inner corner of the eye just to brighten up the eye and make it more fun. I'm going to grab the flat shader brush and dip the bottom part onto the lighter purple shade and concentrate that onto the inner 2/3 of my bottom lash line. Taking that same brush, I'm going to tap the outer side onto the darker purple shade and concentrate that mainly onto the very outer corner of the bottom lash line. Now I'm taking my purple eyeliner, I'm going to apply that onto my waterline just to darken up the look. And then I'm going to grab my black eyeliner and apply that onto my lids and I'm going to wing that out and I'm going to over exaggerate the wing just to make it more edgy. And you're going to want to place the eyeliner very close to the lash line so that there's no space peeking through, if that makes sense. And here I am winging it out. Now I'm grabbing the more precise contour brush, dipping into the Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to just carve out my cheekbone just a tad more. Taking my blush brush, I'm going to dip into the Rocketeer blush and I'm going to apply that onto my cheeks. And I chose this color just to darken up the entire look overall and to make it more edgy. Dip my ring finger onto the WhatsApp highlighter and apply that onto the highlight spots. And I think this highlighter is a stronger highlight than the Hourglass that we used previously. And finally the lips. I've already applied the Smack lip glass from the Simpsons collection onto my lips and here's the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and until next time, bye!